I still remember the cold silence that followed my announcement. It echoed in my ears every night, a reminder of how I dared to dream differently, to chase something they called ridiculous. I was just 22 then, standing in my tiny apartment clutching a battered notebook filled with sketches, plans, and ideas, all of which my family dismissed as childish fantasies. "You're wasting your time," my mother had said, her voice trembling with discomfort. "You're embarrassing us. How will you ever support yourself with that? Dreams don't pay the bills." My father shook his head, his disapproval etched into every line on his face. "You should focus on something stable, something real. Art? That's for hobbyists, not for grown women trying to make a living." They laughed when I told them I wanted to become a fashion designer. They told me I was naive, that I'd fail like so many others. My siblings echoed the sentiment, teasing me about my poorly stitched dreams, calling me foolish for believing I could carve out a space in an unforgiving industry. I was humiliated, embarrassed, crushed. Yet beneath the pain, something fierce ignited. I refused to let their words define me. I packed my bags and moved to the city, determined to prove them wrong. I knew that the road ahead would be brutal, that every rejection would sting, that every setback would threaten to drown my resolve. But I also knew I couldn't stay silent, trapped in a life of their expectations. The first few years were a storm. I worked tirelessly, taking on every small gig I could find, designing for local boutiques, sewing garments late into the night, sleeping in my car when rent was due. My clothes were rough around the edges, my portfolio sparse, but I poured my soul into every stitch, every fabric choice. I faced countless rejections, others dismissing my work as unsellable, people telling me I was dreaming too big. I was told I lacked talent, that I'd never make it. But I didn't give up. Slowly, I built a name for myself. I entered competitions, submitted designs to fashion houses, and eventually my persistence paid off. One small boutique took a chance on my collection. From there, doors swung open. I launched my own brand, an independent line that reflected my vision, my voice. It wasn't quick, it wasn't easy, but it was mine. Years passed and the industry changed. I grew from an inexperienced dreamer to a respected designer known for bold, innovative pieces that challenged conventions. My work was featured in magazines, worn by celebrities, and celebrated in fashion shows. I'd become everything I'd once been told I'd never be: successful, respected, authentic. And yet, no matter how far I traveled, no matter how brightly my star shone, part of me always wondered, would my family ever see me differently? Would they finally see the woman I'd become, or would they dismiss me as the foolish girl from years ago? The day I returned home was inevitable. I knew they'd be watching, waiting, doubting. I wanted them to see me not as their disappointment, but as a testament to resilience. I wanted them to understand that I had fought against every message of doubt and emerged stronger. When I stepped inside our family home this time, it was different. The house looked smaller, quieter. My mother was in the kitchen, chopping vegetables, her face still etched with concern, but also curiosity. Would they? My father sat in his armchair, eyes narrowing as he studied me. "Look at you," my sister said. voice trembling with a mixture of surprise and cautious admiration. "You've done something. We never thought you'd make it." I took a deep breath and looked around the room. The same worn furniture, the same faded photographs on the wall. But now, I saw beyond the surface. I saw the years of struggle, the sacrifices, the nights I stayed awake stitching dreams into reality. I took a step forward and gently placed my portfolio on the table. "This is what I've been working on," I said softly. "My collection. I designed it from my heart for people who believe in their dreams, even when everyone else tells them not to." My family gathered round, hesitant at first. As I pulled out sketches and finished pieces, their eyes widened. My mother's trembling hand brushed against a gown I'd made, and for a moment, tears welled in her eyes. My father looked at me differently, no longer dismissive, but quietly proud. The room was silent, heavy with emotion. Then my father finally spoke, voice thick with unspoken emotion. "I never understood what you were fighting for, but I see it now. You never gave up. You proved us wrong, didn't you?" I nodded, my voice catching. "I did it for myself. For every time I was told I was foolish. For every rejection that made me want to give up. I wanted you to see that dreams are worth fighting for, no matter how impossible they seem." In that moment, I realized that redemption isn't just about proving others wrong. It's about believing in yourself enough to rise above them. It's about transforming rejection into resilience, humiliation into triumph. My story is not just mine. It's a testament to every woman who's ever been told she's too ambitious, not good enough, or embarrassing for chasing her passion. We are the architects of our destiny, and no one can take that away from us, not even those who love us most when they see us stumble. Now, as I stand here, finally home, I feel a quiet, powerful peace. I am no longer the girl they mocked or the woman they doubted. I am the woman who dared to dream and made that dream real. And that, my dear friends, is the greatest victory of all.